Hello, people. How we all doing? I hope we are doing well. I know there's not many of you in tonight because I've gone earlier than I normally do. I keep doing this at a minute, but at the moment, I'm having to do this because I keep getting in pain. So tonight I've gone early because I am in a lot of pain with my back. So I thought, let's get this done. And I've been ordered by the missus to get this done so I can have it all done and dusted as soon as possible and go chill and relax because, yeah, it's not good. Back pain is a real pain in the, well, back. But yeah, we go round up. It'll be interesting to see what we do this Friday because it sounds like we have got a lot of issues in the quad. It does not sound like it's good at all. It seems like we have got a lot of things that are going wrong in terms of illness in the camp. It seems like it's an illness thing that seems to be happening with Wednesday at the minute, which is not something you want to hear, but it is the time of year where people are dropping like flies, and the more they drop like flies, the more it's going to cause us lots of issues, and that's not something you want to see. I'm not too bad, mate. A lot of pain tonight. I've knackered me back somehow and it threw me head in. So we're going early tonight. I still need to do a what is it I need to do? I still need to do a preview for Sunderland because the one that went up, there was no sound on it, and I don't know why. I really could have done without that happening, and it looks like my internet's dropping frames. Something's not working on my internet side. But hey, we'll see. If you can still see me, let me know. I much appreciate that to just let me know that you can still see me and hear me. Yeah, it does seem to be dropping really badly at the minute, which is odd. Very, very odd that it keeps doing that. But again, it is the time of year for illnesses. And that's the thing that I've got at the minute. I think it's time of year where a lot of the illnesses are happening. It's a lot of people who've got kids who are getting these illnesses. My lot's had it. Our young eldest has had tonsillitis. So we just got to roll with the punches. But if someone is out with illness, that means someone can step up. So you're thinking, is there an old Kabachi that could step up? Is there a Charlie McNeil might be able to play? Maybe it's something at the back. The thing is, what got me, which I didn't like, and I think a lot of people didn't notice it at first, but Joe Cran and that have really highlighted it, was that it was one of the injuries we are looking at is another one in defence. I generally think that injury could be a Wickway. He looked like he was struggling at the end of the game versus Burnley. He didn't look like he was doing good. So if it is a Wickway, we are in big trouble. Because that means we have got hardly any defenders. Do we call some of the young lads who have gone out on loan recently to from their loan spell to say, hey, we need you, get back quick? But it's not good. We are dropping like flies, and we're already a very small squad, which I don't think helps us at all. I think us having a very small squad as it is not going to put us in good stead. It's going to make it very, very difficult for us to be able to get it sorted because, like I said, we already are a small squad in terms of what we got, and it's just showing that we didn't have that good players in the transfer window like we needed. The kind of situation is how promising. Yeah, the thing is, that's the thing. That's where I hope a youngster goes and grabs the opportunity and goes, right, I'm going to make that spot mine then. And I think it's a good test to see how the young players are doing and how quickly they can go on to things. Yeah, I do mental health checking. Go. Mine's about a 5. Happy birthday to DJ. Well, it's his birthday today. So wish happy birthday to him. But yeah, mine's about a 5, but that's mainly because I'm in a shite ton of pain. Basically, yesterday went to pick something up and my bottom of my back just went. So yeah, really, really hurt. So I'm doing this. I don't know how long we're going to go for, to be honest with you, before I decide to go. Enough is enough. And the thing is, if it's someone like a Charles, who's injured, The problem is then you've got to see, can he have that discipline to be able to not get a card? If he can have that discipline not to get a card, that'd be fantastic. But it'll interest. I think a lot of people are not looking forward to it with what Danny said. SWFC, it's not good. It literally sounds like we just had illness go through the camp, and maybe the odd injury. And the problem is with illness, there's not a lot you can do apart from send people home and pray that no one else gets it. The amount of times that illness hits a football camp and then it completely knackers everything for the next game, it happens. It's part of life. It's part of football. You get ill from your colleagues, and sadly, it's gonna keep happening. So we'll see what happens on that one. 46 now, counting down. You say counting up to the 50 then, mate. Only 47, 48, 49. 4 birthdays left till 50. To be fair, I think I've got 2 or 3 birthdays left till 40. So big milestone coming. But yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. It's a weird one at the minute because I think they could, in one sense, if it goes right, say certain players that get picked, it could be the making of the season for them. It could be showing us what we got left to look forward to next season. Does anyone remember Tottenham? Yep, I do. I do remember that. But I think a lot of it is how you deal with it, how you come across it, how you manage to make sure you're in a good mindset. And that's the thing. I think it could be one of the ones where it makes some of the young players go, right, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to get on with it. And that's the big thing for me. I think the big thing for me is how they come about it now. And it could be a very unexperienced lineup. And if that's the case, we need to make sure whoever is fit or not ill, the ones who are the senior squads need to step up and try and help. So it'll be an interesting game. What was already a hard game as it is going to be made even harder now. That's the thing for me. What was a hard game beforehand just got a little bit harder if the squad isn't great. Sunderland have got some players missing as well. I think they've got Dan, I want to say it's Dan Burns, but that's wrong. But they got Dan Ballard looks like he's missing, but it could be missing for them. And Enzio Lafrey could be missing for them as well. And so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Is it one of these things where dare I say it, does someone like a Pervader come into their lineup and start to show them what he can do? Because I know he's been fit recently. The last couple of times he got left out of their squad was a disciplinary reason. So is it one of those ones where that happens? If a Whitway is fit, we should go Valeria, Whitway, Lowe, Rayo. Yeah, but what if... But what... My biggest worry is that I think that it's players at the back who are ill. I think you're going to have players at the back who are ill more than players going forward, personally. Big fan of Chris Rigg. Easy 20. Oh, yeah, Chris Rigg is amazing. It's something stupid. He's only 16, 17. It's insane how good he is. But it shows you can get those good players in. You can make a difference. You can change how a team can build. You can build a good team by not having spent lots and lots of money by selling what your development is. And I think that's something we have to look into. We have to start looking into the kind of situation where we sell a player on, but then we also then have a sell-on fee on top of that. But that's the difficult bit. Iorfa is not back for 90, no. Iorfa, by the sounds of it, Danny said Iorfa couldn't do 90, but you might be able to do 15 minutes. That's the problem. I don't think you're gonna throw Iorfa in the deep end because it could make it worse. Remember with Iorfa, they were saying that it end of the international break where they're most likely looking at him coming in, and by that point you don't know what will happen there. Ian and George, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well, mate. I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain tonight. That's why we're going early. Wife orders, get a dream done, get my video done, and go relax. Probably after this, I'm probably gonna jump in the bath and just put heat on my back, and hopefully that'll make it bugger off, because it is not a fun one. I'll just admit that now. Tomorrow night we are doing the watch along. By the way, we are doing the Sunderland versus Sheffield Wednesday watch along, so that should be a good one, hopefully. So we'll be all ready for that for 7:45 ish, and so we can have that all sorted. I do have to set all that lot up back there, but that won't take me long. But the thing is, for me, one of the other things that I've got with us at the minute is that if you actually look at the summer, it's a bigger rebuild than you think when you see what players are missing. I was on a podcast last night. I gave my honest opinion on Chansiri. Do not see going forward as a club under him, and personally I don't want to see him at Hillbert in 5 years time. I think you're going to be, I hate to say it, mate, you're probably going to be upset with that one, because I don't think he's going anywhere. And personally, I've got to the point where the whole DC being here and stuff, in theory, there's not a lot we can do with fans. Like, we can protest till the sun comes down, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. And the problem is, with things like that, everybody got to be singing off the same hymn sheet. And the problem is, the fan base isn't. And it's split. It's very split. I personally think he can't run the club in terms of the transfer with how he does it, and it's difficult. It's very, very difficult, because if he won't let people, it won't be something that he's able to do well in terms of that. And if he's wanting to pass it down to his son's at uni now, so you're gonna get him through uni and that. And but then where is the money coming from his son to run it? Because it's all good saying he's gonna pass it down to his son, like George has said. Where's the son's money coming from? Because then that's got to be money. That's still got to be money that's going to come out of the Chansiri, either pot or name or whatever. May have to go 3-5-2 with Lowe, Valerie, Otbio is central, and either Rio, Johnson, Palmer on the wing back duty. Maybe, mate. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what gets done. The team lineup tomorrow and the tactics and formation we use is going to be up in the air until tomorrow. It will be difficult to know what we play and how we play it, just because of the injuries we've got and how we've been. And I think that's something we have to just roll with the punches. Every squad gets an injury at some point. Every squad has an issue at some point. And it's how you manage to adapt from those situations. And that's the thing. Well, I'll tell you that if Danny leaves, it will be the final nail in the coffin at Hill. But I can personally probably... Gee, I haven't got the fucking patience tonight to do this shit. I really haven't. I haven't got the patience to get into a slagging match about this shit, because we go through this all the fucking time. Well, if he goes this and this, managers leave, managers go, managers fuck off to other clubs. Yet we're still here. At the end of the day, yes, Danny got to be able to have the backing. And the problem is, when Danny goes, I agree, we're probably going to be in the shit. But at the same time, we were in the shit when Darren Moore came. We were in the shit when Gary Monk came. We were in the shit when Carlos left. We were in the shit when Joss was here. We've always been in the shit when a manager's gone. The problem is, the good feeling factor will take a while to come back. That's your issue. The good feeling factor will take a while unless he gets the appointment right. He got the appointment wrong with Sisco. He nearly got it wrong with Danny again, because Danny was the first choice, but we were looking at the Swansea manager. Or ex-Swansea manager, should I say. There's that kind of thing. The problem is, How many times have you said to me on a stream or on a video, that's the final nail in the coffin at Hillsborough? You have said that multiple times, and it hasn't been. And you're saying if Danny leaves, it's not a case of if Danny leaves, it's when Danny leaves. Because Danny will leave. There's no brains about it. Unless he's able to get backed by DC by some way, he will leave. Kind of thing. He will leave either at the end of his contract, or he'll leave because he's been bought out of contract by another club. It's not an if, it's a when. And that's the thing. Change your thing to when Danny leaves, because it'll be hard to replace him. But again, like players can be replaced, and players are hard to replace. Managers are hard to replace. But the problem is you have to make sure it's the right thing. I don't trust DC at times, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt at times, but a lot of that has gone by the wayside. He doesn't want to sell the club. He only wants to sell the club if it's his way of doing it and his way of getting the person in. He told Wenty fans to go get a buyer. Wenty fans went and got a buyer. He's now moved the goalpost. He does this all the time. So it doesn't surprise me. Chancellor, he don't want to sell us. He bought us for him and his son. At wants it when he's old enough. Can see him selling it can't see him selling out Arsenal's huge offer. No one to pay it. The problem is that if whoever gets it, it's gonna have to be a big price, or he's gonna have to be desperate. Someone gonna have to be desperately want the kid. By the way, GESWC wasn't having a go at you. I'm just sick of the whole fucking pantomime crap with our ownership and this stuff, because up until November, December, I felt like things weren't starting to change, but it just felt like it wasn't the fucking shit show Emmerdale circus that we have every season. And then he opens his gob, and then everything else happens, and then Danny wants to go to Southampton and stuff. It did me head in. No fan of DC. We are probably better off without him, but there are far worse owners. They're not a defense, but could be. Yeah, it's the thing is, I'm in that same mindset. I'm in the same mindset as you, Barry, that I'm not a fan of him, but there are well worth owners. And the thing is, if one of those people who apparently could have been being looked at was a former Wigan owner, I'm just like, okay, you want to walk away from that one. He bankrupted them. He put them out in admin. And I'm pretty sure I'd be very shocked if he could get even a chance to be owner of Wednesday, with him putting a club in admin. Surely that's a big red flag on saying you fit in the fit and proper test thing, which is bullshit. It's not. It don't work. It's crap. We all know this. The new rules are interesting as well. With the new rules, you have to show that you can bankroll it for 2 to 3 years with a pot of money. You can't just keep like having a bit here, a bit there. You've got to show finances. I think the new rule for owning EFL clubs is different. Oh no, I get that, mate. I completely get that. There's a lot of people who are not renewing it because of the way he's running it. There's a lot of people who are not renewing, mate, because they can't afford it. They can't afford to have a season ticket. There's so many people who cannot afford to have season tickets to the club. It's not just the Wednesday issue, though. This is a football in general. There are so many clubs up and down the country where clubs just are not able, fans are just not able to support them. It's hit that kind of level of you either pick between this or that. You can't have both. And I get it. I get it. And the thing is, what I want you to make sure you don't do, GESWSC, you don't have a go at anyone who does renew their ticket. Like, generally, don't have a go at anyone who renews their season ticket, because that's their personal choice. If that's their way of relaxing from work, or if that's their way of having time or spending time with a loved one, like a daughter or a son, don't have a go at them. Apparently, the F-Wigan guy was the middleman representing the group this time. This time he was representing not the same people. Yeah, but the thing is, the problem is, George, I understand that he's representing, he was the middleman representing, but again, he's still involved. Even if it's him just representing that group, he's still involved in making the connection. And that's my issue. My issue is he's still involved with it. It's not the same group, it's different people. He's still involved with it. That's the thing. If you want it to happen, you have to turn around and say, you've got to do it without him representing the group. That's the thing. That's my thing. I think you have to have it where he's nowhere near it. For me, unless someone like Red Bull over, which they won't have, they don't own Leeds. They don't own Leeds. That's wrong. They have a 10% stake in Leeds United. They don't own them. The people who own Leeds are the 49ers, the American football team. Hey up, Hector, how you doing, mate? Very big game, and we could have a massive, massive problem with our squad. It looks like there's at least, from what I've heard, there's at least 5 that could be ill and not be good enough, well enough for Friday game, and one being a defender, which is not what we need. No, it's all right, mate. I normally start at 7. I got early because I got a bad back. You could help us with 4th bot. We could indeed get a Trafford on the phone. I don't think even he could get in. The thing is, whoever comes in next at Wednesday as owner or whatever, or even an investment, let's call it investment. Say you can get somebody to come in and invest to the club. You still have to work with DC. You still have to have that relationship. It sounds like Alistair Wilson killed some ideas as well. So I don't know, it's a weird one. It's a weird one at the minute, the club, because I'm okay with a mid-table finish. I think Danny won't, because he'll want to get out of the league as soon as possible. And like Josh has said and DC has said, if you're not aiming for playoff, what's the point? I get that mentality, but there's a mentality as well of building and get yourself established and making sure you can be set to go. And I think that's something that also needs to be looked at being able to be called an established team in the championship and then trying to build on that to get out. The two ways of looking at it, and it's very, very difficult. If we could help you get to 4th spot, it'd be good, mate. The right Coventry's had again. I think if you actually kept on doing how you do in the middle parts of the season, you just keep on doing what you do now, you could be quite easily. Have a look. Convinced I'll have to go to Plymouth for the weekend. Little does she know, there's a game on Saturday. How are you going to do that? There's hardly anything to do in Plymouth. I hope the weather's nice for it, that one. The thing is, also, it was interesting watching the press conference, seeing that Sheffield Wednesday are going to be down there pretty much the entire week, kind of thing, which is interesting. We're only second behind the league for points in bloody hell. That's decent, that Hector. That is very good. Lampard, the thing is, Lampard always gets the bad rap of being a bad manager. He's not. I think he'd just gone to clubs that were not right for him at the time. I personally don't think he should have ever left Derby. I think he should have kept on doing what he was doing at Derby instead of going to Chelsea, but I think it was Chelsea. It was that club that's always going to have that kind of pull for him. So I get it. I do get that one. But that point, the thing is, you look at our away record with 6th. We're in 6th place. If you use our home record, win the bottom 4. That's our season to a nutshell. Like, generally, that's our season in a nutshell. I don't do away games. I get travel. I get that, mate. This is a feeler season, feeling who fit for the squad, who needs moving on, who can bring Problem is, for him to have people move on, he needs to be able to see what he can be back with. To be fair, with the way we played against you guys and the way we played against Burnley, if we just had a striker that could actually score the chances we had, we'd be laughing. But defensively, we have just poor. Sunderland are not great away either. I've got the record up right now. It's 7-5-5. They've only got 26 points away compared to their 36. 50 goals per game, and they've got 31 per game. And they're gonna want to not remind themselves of that whole game after that big mess up from their keeper. And it does seem like this season has been the season of goalkeeper mess ups. I agree. If you had Elson, yeah, probably, yeah. If we had someone of that ilk who could just go, we'd be up there. But I think we brought in Ugbo to do that. And when you look at what he did last season, I think you can understand why the club did. He on last season form, hindsight, you go, okay, you got a striker out there knows how to go. Brilliant, let's get him in. And then this season we changed how he plays. Like you look at Smith. Smith is fantastic, but I think he's more of an impact player than he is a main guy. If tomorrow is the game that we got coming up, Hector, with us knowing that we've got some maybe injury, maybe illness issues, maybe we go to someone like a Charlie McNeil and go, right, you're playing up top. Or you change it up. Like, there's a lot that could happen, but if we got like five people ill, you've got a Wednesday team. Do you think Pierce Charles will be ready next season? I doubt we'll go in for Beadle. I think Pierce Charles will be ready next season. I don't think we're going in for Beadle next season anyway. Like generally, I don't. Like if you look at goalkeepers, we've got three. Say Beadle's one of them. You play Charles. Defense, Dish, Iorfa, Akin, all out that three gone. So if you lose Valerie and a Wickway, you're left with what? Palmer, Maxlow, Valentine, Hatsu, and Otabayo. Midfield, if we got any illnesses in midfield, so say, I don't know, say Shea Charles, Marvin Johnson, Windath ill. You still got Armstrong, Bannon, Lowe, Ingleson, Chalobah, but you've also got to think Bannon with his foot or knee, whatever it is. If he can't do a full 90, or you can only do 75, you're going to say Ingleson, Chalobah, Armstrong, maybe. And if you go up front, it's even worse. If you got to play Sunderland now to be the time, yeah. But then again, they would also say the same thing about us, John. If you want to play us, now's the time. We've won 2 in the last 10. And 9 times out of 10, that is sacking form. Normally. And if you look at Wednesday, Ugbo, Patterson, Sissoko, McNeil, Masaba, Gassama, Smith, Kabachi. Well, Smith is ill. Masaba's injured. Maybe Gassama. Maybe this is the game you bring on Kabachi to play. Sissoko was ill at the start of the week. Charlie McNeil, you maybe start with, I don't know, Ugbo. I'd like us to play a 2 up top. I generally would like to see us 2 up top, but at the same time, it's that thing. Coventry don't get credit they deserve for turning. Oh, they don't get credit. To be fair, Coventry don't get the credit they deserve for a lot of their players. You look at O'Hare, you look at Goose Creative, you look at Sim now. Sim, before he came to Coventry, was barely scoring, really, at Everton. A thing on the Iorfa, I'm sick and fed off of all the hate he's getting dumb ahead in a lot of that Iorfa. I think the problem with Iorfa, I think Iorfa's hate is just his body seems to break down a lot on him at the minute, and I don't like it. I think Hatsu will be the best way to get the ball into Ugbo. He'll play well. He did. When he was on, he played well. It just, with someone like a Hatsu, it's all about how much game has he already played. How much minutes has he played? How much can we keep him going? And I think that's the thing for me. 18 people watching, 9 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. If you don't mind, because I have gone early tonight, and I still have to do some more content after this because my preview for Sunderland got bollocked. Heyman. Oh, I forgot about Heyman. Yeah, Heyman. Yeah. The thing is, if you actually look at Coventry are the Brighton of the Championship. If you look at how Coventry do deals, they are the Brighton of the Championship, how they find the players and stuff. But that's the thing, it sets it up. Said to a mate of mine, I want Big Don prove he's fit to wear the shirt and put his heart out in defence. Thing is, for me, I like Iorfa, and I think he's good. I think potentially the deal we did for him in the summer was a case of we tried to get him ready in the squad, and maybe we were thinking about moving on, and maybe some target fell through. I think Iorfa probably got another year in us for us, and that's it, which is going to be kind of annoying because you're looking probably next season. Next season could be the biggest rebuild and player go I think we've seen in a while. But the problem with that costs money. Ian and Joe, how you doing, mate? Callum Wilson back to Coventry? Maybe. Thing is, we need to start looking at doing this ourselves, though, like finding these players which can be quite cheap and then managing to sell them on. We've done it a little bit with Gassama and Masaba. I was hoping we were going to see that a little bit with Olaf. Like, generally, I thought we were going to see that a little bit with Olaf. When he first came, he looked decent. Why am I buffering? I shouldn't be buffering. See, Tommy can still see me. I'm having really weird internet issues tonight. It just keeps being thing. I heard a phrase the other week, the best kind of ability is a liability. Could be the best player in the world. Doesn't matter if you're always injured. True. Some of the best players in the world have been always injured. To be fair, Barry. Some of the best players in the world have always had little injuries that have kept them out. Look at Michael Owen. Michael Owen, one of the best players, had a terrible injury record. Like, injury record was shit. Jonathan Woodgate was amazing at one point. The reason he got him moved to Real Madrid. But injured. There's some players that's always been really good, but never been able to fight off these injuries. I would say you look at someone like Sam Hutchinson. Did you have one of your kid toy mounts on earlier? You mean when I did the preview, mate? I don't know what happened with that preview. No idea. Kind of thing. I have no idea what happened with that preview. I'm going to have to redo it earlier. It would fucked. Her Liverpool willing to loan us VD consent to sell that. Yeah, it was screwed. I don't know what happened. It was in here. I think I must have rushed it earlier in the morning because I was trying to get my son down for a nap. And I think I rushed it all and just knackered it. I'm going to redo it later. I'm going to put it up for 9 o'clock. I'll redo it because I can't be asked to try and save it. I'll just redo a fresh new video because, yeah, it's not been the day. Let's put it that way, Adam. Today has not been the day. When he decides he's not going to have a nap, it kind of buggers my entire day because that's where I normally will try and get most of my content done and filmed if I can, if my missus is at work. Don't want to make you or anyone feel too old, but prime Michael slightly for my time. No worries, mate. That's fine. That's fine, Barry. I am old. I am closer to 40 than I am early 30, put it that way. But I think the thing is there's a lot of good players who have had good careers who have just had shite injuries. They've either had shite injuries or they've had shit stuff happen off the pitch, or they're great footballers when they play, but train like shit. Adel Tarat, classic example. Trains like utter shite all week, can play shit, not turn up, and then on game day, lights it up, absolute baller, able to do it, brilliant. Adel Taarabt was just shite at training. I really believe what we need. Danny has shown a good eye. He has let a couple of misses, but in general, he can put a diamond in the rough. Money is going to be the issue, but we need... Well, that was a weird noise. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Money's not an issue if you can get in there early with the free agents. You can make a lot of good teams out of free agents and maybe get your odd one that needs to be, I don't know, say it needs to be a, what do you call it? It needs to be a, what? Oh, I'm trying to think of a word. It needs to be your marquee signing kind of thing. You can do that. 5-1 win over Germany, Prime Roman hat-trick, Prime Gerald, Ilval Heskey too. Yep. That noise in me. Okay, that's fine. I got really... I'm so bloody tired and in pain. But yeah, it's one of those situations where I think you look at the summer and what you let go. I think there's a lot getting let go in this team. Bar 1 or 2, I think there's a lot who may be out of contract going. And that's going to be difficult. If the right deal comes in for Josh in the summer because he's technically a free agent or out, potentially yes. Potentially yes. But I'm also like, if he does go, then I don't have any... I don't have any issue with him going because he's given us a while and a lot, and he could have quite easily left a couple of times over, and it's the longest he's been at any club. So for me, I'm not too fussed. I'd be gutted if he did. That's wrong. I'd be gutted if he did go, but I also think it's time we start looking for the next one. Hopefully McNeil's ready next year. Same. I think next year could be a big one where we bring the age of the team down by a lot, but also at the same time when we're bringing the age of the team down, got to make sure he's still got some experience. I did lose my trail of thought there, mate. I did. I can tell I'm tired. I can tell I'm tired and my brain's a little bit elsewhere and clocked out today. When I've had me lad on my own and I haven't had the backup with our last, that can sometimes help. Him plus on top of my illness, it's not fun. It's not a good one. So I'm probably going to end it there because I'm rambling here. And I've still got another video to make, which is the preview, which should be up at 8 o'clock, give or take a miracle. I'm gonna watch it to the dart, see what Shed X has done. Nice. Oh god, yeah, Bailey. Still Bailey to sort out next season. Maybe back. Nah, Bailey will be first teamer next year, Barry. Bailey for me, first teamer next year. I don't think he'd want to go back out on loan. Because you send him back out on loan again, he's 19. 20, you can still put him in the squad without registering him. And if you send him back out for 2 years, you've only got him for 2 years before you let him go, because I think he was on a 4-year deal. I am doing a watch-along tomorrow, mate. Yes, I am. I am doing the Sunderland watch-along. So, yeah, I am doing one tomorrow. Don't understand why we didn't loan out McNeil in Jan. Yeah, we may need him for Friday, but he could have been getting... A lot of the McNeil thing was, I think we were worried about what could happen. And the thing is, if we loaned him out and say we do need him tomorrow, we're up shit creek without a paddle. There was stuff that we're going to get done, but it'll be interesting to see. But on that note, like John said, I don't mind at all, mate. You're more than happy to join. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. But on that note, guys, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to go get this video done, and I'm going to go have a bath. Come on back. It's killing me. So have a good one. I'll speak to you all tomorrow around 7:45-ish. And hopefully Winter can get 3 points and see what that bloody team sheet is going to be, because I think it can be an absolute nightmare.